Welcome, friends, it is I, your host, Scarf, and it's time for the newest god, and there he is, Chaac. He is the god of rain. I can't wait for him to run to the god of thunder and the god of lightning. So he's a pretty beefy-looking guy right there. People are hoping to be a guardian, but he is a warrior. Hi-Rez has said there is a guardian in the pipeline, so there you go for that. They've also changed Vulcan a little bit. New passive, new basic attack, and new ultimate for him. So we're going to go over a bunch of the cosmetic stuff, then changes to the game itself, item changes, god changes, and then finally we'll look at Vulcan and Chaac, and then we'll have a Conquest or Arena with Chaac. So, let's get on into it! There he is, Chaac, coming in like he's Arnold Schwarzenegger right there. He looks pretty beefy like him too, and he does have some of his jokes as well. Like, get to the Chaac, and some other ones that are funny. Now, let's go ahead and talk about some of the changes before we look at the gods. And as you can see right here, party menu. You can do it before going to a match now, which is great because it never should have been that way. I am very bitter about what happened last week because that was awful and frustrating for everyone involved, and they should have just quick fixed that thing. Or hot fixed it, I mean. But they didn't. Another nice thing is you got the friends list here, and you can invite the party from the friends list, which makes pretty much every sense. So now you join queue instead now, so you do like that, you just join queue, so you make a party and then join the queue. Instead of making the party here, join queue, and then get kicked out of your damn party. Also, preferred regions here, North America and Europe, that's good right there. Everything looks fine here. The item menu now has been changed in that it has the same background like this. You have a stony background in the item menu, that's cool. God rotation is Anhur, Bakasura, Chang'e, Hercules, and Vulcan. So we're going to see a lot of Vulcans this week because he's got some changes to him and he's free, so holy crap on that. Almost guaranteed Vulcan every single match. They've changed how mastery level is displayed, and we'll see that when we actually get into a match, although, yeah, we'll see with Vulcan because I don't have any mastery with Chaac, of course, so I'll see with Vulcan. Clans have been increased from 9 members to 999 members, so I know damn well people are going to be asking me to make a Scarf clan, and I don't know if we're going to do that, but we'll see. We'll think about it, because holy crap, that's a lot of people you can have in a clan. Alright, here's the most important one. Oh, the most important too. I'll mention item already and also the spooling. Gold spooling is now 3G instead of 2G in Conquest, and what this does is it makes building faster, and it makes gold increases less valuable in that Midas and the Watcher's Gift are now less worth getting because you're getting 3 gold per second instead of 2 gold per second. And I don't know the math on to prove that, but that is what it is. And what this also does is, a long time ago when we had 4 gold a second, tanks were king. Tanks owned everything. And so what this does is going to 3G, it gets us closer to that tank meta a little bit. Not the same, but a little bit closer in that tanks are going to be able to build easier because they have a harder time getting gold than everyone else because of the last hitting and everything. So tanks will be able to build into their tankiness and be very effective more than they have been in the past because of the 3 gold. At least everyone getting to their builds faster, which should increase action theoretically. That's really what it does, and we'll see soon enough whether that is true or not. The other change is that they've removed teleportation consumable. They're still the active, but not the consumable. And what this does for gameplay is you can't be out of position as much as you used to be, because you could just go back and then teleport over, and you'd be alright for whatever lane needing to be defended. Now you can only rely on actives to do that, or just positioning well. Which is a good and bad thing there, because positioning is really hard to learn, but it's also a good skill to have, and those who will have the good skill on that will be rewarded for it, but it is quite difficult. Let's talk about the gold skins and voice packs, and also taking a look at Chaac over here. Here's Chaac. There he is, right there. Looking pretty cool there, and then there's his ultimate skin. And it looks pretty cool as well. More lightning-y like there. A little darker. That's pretty cool there. And then there's the gold skins. Guan Yu! And there's only one reason why I want this skin. I'll tell you in a second. But look at the good contrast here. Very nice. Very good blue and gold going on here. Same thing goes for this one. Very nice. Very well done. And the reason why I want this skin is his horse is amazing and it is gold. That is right. Golden horsey. And it's a little blue on the saddle for this one. A little black on the saddle for this one. That is cool there. And then we got Tyr, who's also gold skin today. And there it is. Tyr. There you go. And he gets to keep his colors because, well, he can use those as indications. So, he's blue, gold, and red there. So that's kind of interesting there. And then we got black, gold, and red. And I do... What? It seems a little blackish, actually. That's interesting. Very interesting that this actually looks more blackish. Well, more silvery, actually. While as for this one, he keeps those colors. Very interesting there. Alright, now there's voice packs. There's 3. There is Kali's, which you know I own it, so I'll be using it.
That's too bad. Enemies have returned to base. I'm returning left lane.
And I both like and dislike this one because it's very straightforward like the Goddess of Destruction should be.
Gank. I'll attack the
But I wish VER and all the other ones were funnier, or at least funny at all. They're just pretty straightforward as well.
Enemies in the jungle. Group up.
But she is the Goddess of Destruction, so she's pretty straightforward, so it's okay, but also disappointing. Then we got Chaac's voice back. And this is pretty interesting here.
Okay, attack the Gold Fury. No, enemy missing left. I'll attack. Retreat middle lane. Nice job.
I know guys who sound like this.
Enemies at the Fire Giant.
I know guys who sound like Amazon Cobb.
Enemies at our Minotaur. I'll gank.
I want there to be one more guy
Enemies incoming left.
with his accent, so we can have the three amigos, and they all have sombreros,
I'll gank left lane. Enemies in the left lane.
and the mustache,
Retreat left lane.
and ponchos.
Defend middle lane. I'm going for jungle.
And you know what? Just give him a hammock. Why not? Oh my god. These guys take me back to the barrio. That's all I freaking know. It's hilarious to me.
Jaguar.
You move like a jaguar. I freaking know a guy who sounds just like that. Oh my god. Oh, that cracks me up. And then there's Aokwang, which people are going crazy for, and I wish I had gems because I would buy this freaking voice pack. It is so horribly awesome.
Set up an ambush here.
Just listen to that.
Attack the Minotaur!
Attack the Minotaur!
Enemies incoming right. Enemies at
It
the
is-
Fire Giant. Help middle lane.
I love how the Chinese freaking gods, like the majority of them, are just horribly stereotypical.
I'll attack the Gold Fury.
It cracks me up so much.
Attack right lane. I'll defend right lane. Enemies incoming
And I
left.
wish I could get the best one, which is Celebration, and no one's actually made a video on YouTube of it yet. I can't believe it. I'm a little disappointed in the community at the moment that no one's made the video, but hopefully someone will, because that deserves to be a video.
I'm returning middle lane. Retreat! I'll attack the Gold Fury.
And he just sounds hilarious, though. That is great right there.
I'll attack the Gold Fury.
Alright, up next we're going to talk about God changes, so let's go to that. Alright, time for God changes, and we're going in reverse order because, warning, there's going to be 2 rants coming up in this portion of the patch because I'm not happy with 2 things I have seen. Well, let's go from the bottom first. So we're going with Sun Wukong, and they've reduced some of the mana cost on his magic cudgel. They reduced it by 5 per level, so he goes 50, 55, 60, 65, and 70. It used to be 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. So good for him, he can poke a little bit better, which is good because I feel like some of those nerfs were unfair. Nuwa buff. One's a buff and the other one is whatever. Her clay soldiers have gained 2 more seconds on their lifetime, which only means they can take 1 or 2 more hits before they die and continue to be useless. These guys are all about the stall and for pushing a tower. That is all it is. And they're not that great. I think they need more damage or something because they're just a waste of time. You should never level this thing beyond 1 or 2 levels just so you can tie up a tower for the full length of that 10 seconds. Maybe 3. 3 should be your max to tie up a tower. Like, each one should die per 2 shots or something. So maybe 2 or 3 is all you need, and then you should be maxing everything else, because really, clay soldiers ain't nothing. It's all about the physical protection. Her fog, though, also gained 2 seconds to his lifetime, and this is a lot better. This is a lot bigger. Basically, with max cooldowns, you can be in fog indefinitely, which means you have 30% extra movement speed indefinitely. What this means is you can split push better, you can backdoor better, you can just do a lot of things better, you can support your team better, because you can be a lot of places at a lot of times a lot faster. So this is a better buff here. So it's good for her to have that so she can just move around and be more effective. Is it enough for her? I don't know. I don't think it is, but at least she's got that, so she should be doing better. Up next is Kali, and all they've really done is they changed the graphics on her Mark of Death. Apparently it'll look different, we'll see when I actually play her. And then they changed her voice back, I already went over that. Hebo got some cosmetic changes, they fixed a bug on Hades. And Artemis got a good buff, I feel. It's nothing huge, but it is a good buff, and that is, she doesn't need line of sight to drop her traps anymore. Which is good. What this means is if you see a silhouette of somebody, you can trap them and then go over and beat them down. Or trap them, suppress the insolent. There are a couple different combinations you can do. I think the best one would probably be slow them down with suppress the insolent, put the trap under them, and then run over and shoot them to death. I think that's the way you would want to do it, and it's doable. There you go. Or if you just want to put the ward down from not having to walk all the way over to the opening to do it. So that's good for her for that. Now for the rants. Arachne first. They've buffed her web. It is now 20, 27, 35, 42, and 50%. That is a nice slow there. it is insignificant to half the roster because, well, there's no cripple there. It's still nice for the other half, so that's good for her for that. Also slows down opponents in a team fight, so that's good. There you go. But her broodlings have been nerfed to the point that at level 1 you get 1, level 2, 2, 3, 4, and 5 depending on your level. What this means is Arachne no longer has the strong clear she had at the beginning, that she's had since the beginning of this entire game. She's lost it. She no longer has that, which means she has lost her early game viability. Arachne doesn't have a late game viability. She doesn't have a mid game viability. She has an early game. She has the best early game in the game that leads into her being ahead of everyone in mid game and late game until everyone catches up and then she becomes irrelevant. That is how Arachne rolls, and now Arachne can't even roll that way anymore. You can make Arachne an effective farmer and ganker. Now you must only make her a ganker. You must, at the start of every match, take the risk of going for a gank, and if you succeed, you can get fed and get ahead. But if you fail, you are done for the rest of the match. That is what this egg reduction has done. Because she needs that big boost from getting 3 camps at once at the start to be effective. Without that, she is really in trouble. Because being even with everyone at any point is disastrous for Arachne. She needs to be ahead at all times. Because the moment people catch up, she has lost it. That's why death is so important to Arachne more so than any other god. Every god on this list can recover if they die. Except for Arachne. I have seen that time and again in every match I've been in. I've been down 0-5 with Bakasura, and I've come back and gone 15-5 with Bakasura. I have done that. I have done that with a lot of gods. Arachne can't do that. Once Arachne goes down, she cannot get back up. And so by getting rid of her ability to have an advantage, she's in big trouble there. She's a good duelist. But once she loses that advantage, she is done. And that advantage is going to go away very quickly for her. Extremely fast. And that is very, very worrying to me. I have 40 videos dedicated to Arachne. We know that. And it's not about pub stomping with her. It's about trying to put her in higher level play. That has been my goal for a year, is to make Arachne viable to higher level play. I do some good pub stomps and casual with her, practicing to get there. But the whole goal has always been, how can I make her effective that she would be something worth playing at the higher level play? And I was getting closer to that. I got Arachne to 25-2 on a score in ranked. I was getting there. I was making her better. Then they got rid of her cripple. Then they gave her the weird ultimate cocoon. Then they got rid of this. Then they got rid of that. They keep nerfing her and buffing her in weird ways. And what they've really done is that they have restricted her style. You used to be able to do so many different styles with Arachne. You can go for gank heavy, farm heavy, or mix of both. You can be a scout. You can be so many things with Arachne. Now, you've lost your scouting ability with your eggs. You can no longer have control of the jungle. You can't counter jungle that well without a bunch of eggs for looking around. This is really limited her style because you max that 2 first. That 2 is needed for the dueling. You need that 2. Those eggs are good for ambushing, but a good opponent will never get ambushed. They should know well enough not to. I'm talking about higher level play. I'm not talking about pub stomping. Pub stomping, people get trashed all the time. Doesn't matter what god you are. I can get 10-0 with Aphrodite. Pub stomping, you can just stomp with any god. That is how it is. Higher level play, you can't do that. You can try, but you can't. Certain gods, you gotta just play them well, and you gotta play them very well and hard, and just do awesome with them to get them into the higher level competitiveness. And I've been working with that for so long with Arachne, and now that is all dead. All of that is done. I'm going to be playing Arachne in the casual still, trying to see what I can do with her, but after a couple games, if I'm not feeling it, we are done with the Developing Arachne series for now, until something has changed, because she has no more viability in my book. She can probably still pub stomp if you get lucky. But as far as getting higher up level play, done. I'm finished. That is it. But we will see. But right now, I am very annoyed about it. And then there's the other annoyance. Now, I'm annoyed by it, but Jinx is angry about it, and that is Chunga. Look at, you can see her thumbnail right there. It is different because she has a new portrait, and it's because Chunga got a boob job. The new portrait of Chunga Her chest is a little more open at you. It's a little more in your face. It is definitely a little more sexualized. Some people don't care because it's not as the level that Athena's was, but it's still a sexualization towards Chang'e. Her old portrait, very elegant, very nice, looks pretty cool. The bunny is a part of the picture. The new one, the bunny looks kind of weird. He looks too... I don't like the way the bunny looks at all. But really, Chang'e has got this sexualization to her now. And that is very unfortunate. And Jinx is going to want a bigger rant about this, but my understanding, my thing is, we don't have enough badass and elegant gods. We have plenty of sexualized gods. We got Aphrodite, we got friggin' Neith, we got Hel, we have Freya. Freya is sexualized. Freya is very cold in what she's wearing. Like, look at this one. Look at how much more sexualized this one is. Even though it's armored up, there's some amazing boob physics going on over there. And you just have that. They're not wearing much. The badass is Kali and Athena. Those are the badasses. Those are the badasses in pretty good amount of armor. I think Kali has more armor than Athena does. Or they have a good amount of each. So there you go. There's those two. And then we have one elegant god, and that's Chang'e. Chang'e's our only elegant god. Everyone else is not wearing much. Everyone else is pretty much sexualized up the wazoo there. And it's just, come on. We have enough sexy goddesses. We need some badass. We need some elegance here. We need a better variety, and we don't have it. And I'm just disappointed with Hi-Rez for this. I am not angry. I am disappointed. Because we would like some variety. Because look at the male variety. Look at the male variety. You got the younger guys. You still got a good body there. They're all mostly fit, but then you got gnarled up like Bacchus here. You got a badass looking gnarled up guy like this guy here. You got cute little cherub Cupid over here. You got big buff guy. You got little monkey guy. You got Loki all shriveled up looking, but he still looks pretty cool like it. You got all these different looks to the men. But the women, they're mostly just the same thing. They're just sexual. That's it. They look pretty damn hot. They look really hot. Look at that. But you got Chang'e, who has the refinement, the elegance, and now boobs in your face a little bit now. She's gotten a boob job. Her cup size is bigger. Why? Why do you need to do that? Why do you need to change that? Why exactly? I don't get it. We need more badass. We need more elegant. I've had enough of the sexy. I love women a lot. I love looking at these chicks. But I want to see more than that. I want to see some growth to the female art department here, because I don't get why that's all we got. There is a large variety of men. Where's the variety of women? We don't have it. I don't get it. Alright, we're moving on to Vulcan and then finally Chaac. So let's go over to that. Alright, we are Vulcan, so let me go ahead and show you the item shop. So here's the new item shop. Looks pretty good there. I bought Max Cooldown for a reason I'll show you soon enough. But here's the new item shop here. Just click on things. There you go. Popular items, nothing there. Okay, that's what that does. Okay, so there you go. Looks pretty good there. Looks clean in some ways and a little cluttered in others, but it looks pretty good. Nice stone look. Nice look all over the place. Good cosmetics there. Also nice that you got this nice big gold looking thing right there. So Vulcan. Okay, first up, the arrow's gone. This is the new blue arrow. Not the biggest fan of it. And then you can see Vulcan's basic attack. For me, it looks dumb as hell. Do not care for this basic attack at all. Just have him shoot his damn gun or something. But there you go. That's his basic attack. Now his new passive is this. You hit someone with ability, then you hit him with his basic attack, and they're slowed by 20% for 2 seconds. So he has his own version of the Polynomicon. A slow version of Polynomicon basically is what he does. And the idea here for a combo would be you put down the tower, you hit him with this, then you hit him with this to slow them down, and now they're in the tower and getting hit. While they're slowed, you can bounce them back over so they can keep getting hit by the tower. Now, I still have a complaint about his one. They should really get rid of that back thing, because there's no invincibility frame, so it has nothing good about it. It's just a big drawback, so you can't even chase with it. You do that, you're kind of screwed over. But that's the combo you can do. You go ahead and you put down the tower, do a 1, hit them, and then throw this to keep them back in place, and there you go. Or, of course, you already have this. If you already have it out. If you don't have it out, so you're doing the 2, you have the thing slow, do this, throw it the rock, keep them back, there you go, and now they're in place and they're getting hurt on it. Is enough to kill them? Hopefully it is. That's how you would do it. Now, there's his ultimate. You see that? That is the size of his ultimate. And he can go very far away. Let me see if I can get the basic cam from here. See, are they in range? Yes, they are in range. So just look at this. Let me get over here. Bam! Look at that damage. Instantly killed those two, fried those guys, and now this guy's a little angry. Slow it down. Yeah, place, and now it's just getting rocked. So that is what his ultimate does. It has a delay depending on how far away it is. When it's close to you, it only does 50% of its damage. See, here's the damage on it. And the further away it is, the stronger it is. And at maximum range, I believe it does 150% or something like that. It does a lot more damage. And apparently, overall, this is the hardest hitting ultimate in the game in one hit. It's stronger than Alakong's ult and supposedly stronger than Ymir's ult. But Anuba should have still the strongest ultimate over time, because it does about 3k damage if you do it right. But yeah, this ultimate is amazing in just its long range, and you don't need line of sight. You don't need line of sight to do this. So let's go ahead and let's get them in range. There you go. Don't need line of sight for it. Yep, don't need line of sight. And fire! And bam! Took him out again. So that's that. Now, what does this ultimate mean? Well, it means a couple things. It means hiding under a tower might not be the best plan for you. But there is a little bit of warning, as you saw. There's a little bit of red circle there for the opponent to know it's coming. So they have a second to get out of there. But what this means is if you're under a tower and he does that ultimate, you are probably screwed unless you just get out of there, but then you'll be getting killed by someone else. That's one. The other one is the effectiveness in a team fight using that. Holy crap. And then there's stealing. Think about it. Think about the damage this does at the final level. Just think about that. 880. Your opponents are hitting this gold sphere. They're getting it low. And then you got this ultimate ready. You're going to launch this right there. You're going to hurt a lot of people. And maybe you'll even steal it. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see here. And then there's also the Fire Giant. Same scenario. Just launch it at him. Bam! Look at that. You have a good chance of stealing that thing. You have a good chance of stealing that. And even if you don't steal it, you have a good chance of weakening everyone on the other team that after it's done, they're going to be done. That's a really nice new ultimate he's got for that, and it just looks really cool there. So good potential to Vulcan, and we will see what I can do with him in the future. I don't know when we're going to play him. Chaac comes up first, but eventually we're going to see what Vulcan can do. And let's go check out Chaac. Alright, let's now take a quick look at Chaac. God of Rain. Choke! There we go. Alright, gonna take a look at him. That'll be the end of the patch notes video, and then we'll get going to the conquest. Let's take a look at this guy. Now he has an impressive passive. Okay, first up. To 5, there we go. Okay, so here's his passive is this. Hit opponents 5 times, and your next ability will cost no mana. So just a quick example of this. Let's just go ahead and hit somebody really quick here. Hey guy. Punch. Slice. Slice again. He has Tears hit progression apparently. So there you go. 5. And then I just throw my axe. And bam, there. There's his 1. There's his axe. He throws an AoE axe. That's pretty cool there. Now the next thing about that axe is it can do things in combination with his 2, his 3, and his 1 as far as I know. So here's his 1 right here. Let's get this guy away from me really quick. Seriously? Okay, there we go. So here we go. We throw the axe. And his 2, with his axe, goes over there! Bam! And he spins. Without the axe, he spins on his own. Now, every person he goes through, he does damage. Half the damage on here when he goes through them. But where he is when he lands for his spin attack, it's normal. And he gets protection up to 20 for 4 seconds when he does this. So there you go. Now he has protection for 4 seconds. And so these 2 in combination do that. Now there's another combination, but his 3 is a self-heal. Just think of Hercules' 3, except it only counts to him. But not only does it heal, but also slows opponents in his area. And also puts up an attack speed debuff. So he's really good at beating up on assassins with his 3. Let's just go ahead and heal up a second here. But what happens when you use your axe? Well, this. Axe plus 3 in a second. I need the 3 to come up. There you go. 3! And they both cause this big thing here. And as far as I know, the healing does not stack. Let me get beat up a little bit and try that again to find out. But as far as I know, the healing does not, in fact, stack. So, let's see a second, though. Yeah, let's get hit a little bit, then we'll put down the axe and just put it, and then we'll see the difference in a moment. So we got that free mana for this, so put that down. Now we do the 3. Now I'm healing for 10. Let's get over here. I'm still healing for 10, so yeah, there's no difference there. Unless they're both ticking. I didn't see if they were, though. Another free one. Bam! So there you go. Give this guy only 1 attack speed on him, though he does hit fast already. And you'll be just doing a lot of things for free, which gives him infinite sustain when you consider this. Hit 5 things, do his 3. Hit 5 things, do his 3. Hit 5 things, do his 3. And max your 3 first. And doing that, you may never need to go back to base besides for selling. Like, we can go over here and just look at this. Here, let's go over here. All this isn't a good example because there's no god pushing us back, but this makes him seem like he'd be a great solo god because of his things. But he's doing this, do the 3, and I'm healing up all the damage they're doing to me. I'm hitting them, and I have free mana next ability. I got no HP going down, no mana going down because I'm just keep doing this. I can poke with my 1 and 2 if I want, but if I want to just stand in the lane, I just do my 3, hit a bunch of stuff, and then step back. Do my 3, hit a bunch of stuff, and step back. That's what it feels like I can do. Now we'll see it right now. So I'm just fighting all these guys right now. Hitting them, I'm taking some damage, do my 3. Still taking damage, but I'm hitting them while taking damage here. And I got this up, so now I can back off if I want. And once I have more levels, it's pretty much better. And the way you would really do it is if you want to poke your opponent, you at least have free on 1 mana ability. It's only, let's see, 75, goes up to 95. And what you do is you would do your 3, once I get it up. What you would do is you would do your 3, poke with the 1 and the 2, and then step back while you're still healing, and then get the basic attacks going again. Or you can always use this more safety-wise, because it is using your 2 you go to it. If you want to tower dive, you could probably throw the axe over here, go beat on them, just beat on them, and then do the 2 to escape. Now finally there's his ultimate, and his ultimate is this. It also can be comboed with the axe. It does not the best damage, but it has a silence on it, and if you do it with the axe, it does even more damage, plus knockup. So let me show you right now. So there's all these well, show it on Raw actually. Let's go over to Raw. And you'll see in a second. As soon as I get to Raw. Okay, here he is. That's what his abilities do. So he's really good at just tying people up. And he's not a super soldier in any way. He's got really good sustain, but his damage is not that amazing. But it can be pretty good. So you do that. And then we use the axe, and kablam, he's popped up. There you go. As long as the axe is in the area of your ultimate, you do it. Spin the wind on that one a little bit, heal up. I'm already out of mana though. And there we go. And I just asked him the question. There you go. So there you go. That is Chaac right there. I'm thinking he should be a pretty good solo beast. If he's good for jungling, we'll find out. But I think solo's where he's at. And we'll check out jungling or solo. I'm going to try for solo first. If I don't get solo, I'll go for jungling. But I think solo is what you got to do with him. Let's get going to that.